Welcome to AFAC's #1 stop to entertainment and trending news. Now, as the investigations continue to the murder of fashion designer and LGBTQ activist Edwin Chiloba, there's a twist, and we will be getting into that in a minute. But a quick rundown for those who might not be aware what this story is about. The decomposing body of Chiloba was found stuffed in a metal box which was dropped at the Kipenyo Katinga Road by a vehicle whose number plates had been sealed before it sped off. The mysterious box forced border operators in the area to call officers from the Uasin Gishu police station, who arrived at the scene to establish its contents. Police found a dead body which they identified to be that of the fashion designer who was popular for modeling and gender activism. And so when it comes to how he was found, perhaps you have seen the photos on social media and even the videos. I've tried to zoom just a little bit so that you can focus on this particular duvet which was found to have covered the body of Edwin Chiloba. Now, this particular duvet, if you take note, is the same duvet, or perhaps similar to this particular image that I've shown you on the screen. And this is an image of Chiloba when he was still alive, and that was his bedding. And I guess you could see the similarities, the patterns. You can perhaps assume that it is the same duvet that covered Edwin Chiloba's body in that metallic box. Now, the caretaker has spoken, and I want us to dive into that before we get to his best friend. We will come back to this duvet later. And so the caretaker of the building where Edwin Chiloba lived spoke out, and he shared that the deceased had stayed at the premises for over a year. He put out that he had moved in towards the end of 2021. He described Chiloba as a peace-loving person who never had issues with the neighbors. However, the caretaker noted that Chiloba's next-door neighbor told him that the deceased would frequently fight with his best friend, identified as Jackton Odhiambo. The neighbor had said that they returned from a night out and had a fight. One person screamed before things got quiet. Another neighbor, identified by the caretaker as Steve, said that he had seen Jackton carrying the box in which Chiloba's remains were found. Upon getting wind of the happenings, the caretaker contacted the officer commanding the Langas police station, where he later turned up to record a statement. The caretaker said, "I called the OCS, who asked me to show up today. I met with his friends at the station. They said the box they saw in the house was the one that came down at night. They saw it clearly. The one who had carried was Jackton, according to what they shared with me." And so we will go with allegedly, and why I told you guys to take note of that duvet. If these allegations are true, and this particular box is the one that Jackton allegedly came down with, then it makes sense why Edwin Chiloba was covered in his own bedding. His duvet that has been seen in the photo that I had shared with you guys early. So it makes sense that perhaps the place where he was murdered was at his residence. And so currently his friend Jackton Odhiambo is being held at the Langas police station for questioning as detectives continue with their probe. But something else that the caretaker had shared is that as much as he had never encountered any confrontations between Edwin Chiloba and his best friend, on January 4th, the caretaker said one of Chiloba's neighbors informed him about an unpleasant smell which Jackton said was of a dead rat. The shocked caretaker narrated, "One neighbor had complained of foul smell, and as the caretaker, I told him I'll try to find out what was wrong. The smell was strong when I was in Chiloba's house when Jackton had indicated they were moving, but when I asked what that could be, he said a rat had died under one of the seats but had been removed, though the stench remained." And so far, that is what is happening, and like I promised earlier, any update I will be bringing it right here. So far we can say that the investigations are steering to the right direction. Anyway, that's it. You're up to date. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. Also turn on your post notifications so you will be the first to be notified once we have any updates. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.